Welcome to another RMS support tutorial. This video will discuss exposure hours in government mode. Now let's get started. Exposure hours provide a monthly report of accountability of paid duty hours. Although it is a contractor's responsibility to record exposure hours in RMS and submit the government a monthly report, it is the government's responsibility to review, accept, reject, or return to the contractor for corrections if needed. Once logged into RMS and a contract of interest has been opened, navigate to the QC menu and select the exposure hours menu option. When entering the exposure hours module, all prior months' exposure hours logs will be displayed. On the right hand side, there is a column indicating the status of the exposure hours review. The middle columns display information regarding the hours logged on that month's report, and the far left column indicates the month of the report. Note that the exposure hours report is automatically generated on the first day of the following month, so for July's exposure hour report to be entered, users must wait until August 1st before the report can be started. Reports that have a status of not complete can be viewed by the government, but cannot and should not be changed or modified by the government. To start your review of an exposure hours report, double-click the month you wish to review that has the status of in review by government. The unsigned report can be viewed by clicking the exposure hours report button. The scroll bar allows the user to scroll through all the reported hours for each contractor and subcontractor. The name displayed is the name of the person who submitted the exposure hours report. Any comments that the government has for the contractor can be entered in the government remarks section. The contractor's signed copy of the report can be found in the document package. If no document package is present or the document isn't signed, return to the contractor for corrections by using the hours not accepted below discussed later in this video. If the status of the document package is not complete, then the contractor needs to submit it to the government for review. The government can enter the document package and sign the report to complete the document package and send the report to PCF. If electronically signed, you can sign electronically via the Sign Selected Documents button, following the prompts to sign in the appropriate spot. A link to the document packages video will be provided in the description box of this video. Since this document has manually been signed, we will check the manually signed option and accept this package. Click Yes, and click the back button to save. The government reviewer can indicate the status of the report. If exposure hours need to be corrected, checking the box for hours not accepted, return to contractor for corrections notifies you that you will no longer be able to add notes or change the status of the report until the contractor has resubmitted the corrected report to the government for review. After the contractor has made the necessary corrections, re-enter the report. Now check the hours accepted radio button after validation that all corrections were made. Now click the back button to complete the review. The exposure hours summary will show the status of accepted by government. The list of exposure hours by month for the contract can be exported to either an Excel or PDF file by clicking the Export button on the top right hand of the view. The accuracy of this report is highly dependent on the accuracy of the data that the contractor has entered in both the exposure hour reports and in the QC daily reports. In summary, we discussed what exposure hours are, demonstrated how to review exposure hours from the contractor by adding comments, marking the status of the review, accepting and completing the exposure hour report, and rejecting the exposure hour report. We also demonstrated how to print and export a list view of all the contractor exposure hour reports. As a reminder, if you decide to return the exposure hours for corrections, you will no longer be able to add notes or change the status of the report until the contractor has resubmitted the corrected report. If you experience any technical difficulties while attempting any of these steps, please contact the RMS Support Help Desk by submitting a support ticket or by calling the help desk phone. Links to our contact information will be provided in the description box of this video. We hope you found this video informative and thank you for watching.